Oh, how you get bought? How you get banned?
I don't know how we got banned, but my homie Harrison be saying crazy stuff. So
talking about gay people.
Man, it could be that. It could be he done talked about like the mountain people, like the Habibs.
Oh yeah.
He done went and said like them wearing towels on their head. Like this dude, he just be talking.
I was really talking crazy the other day, bro. Why I think about
Michael Chandler and his black kids. Like, man, you gotta chill. Like people are watching us.
Bro.
I have an issue with Chandler, bro, in that situation, but I ain't gonna comment.
Bro, I was just talking about that with Josh yesterday, Trey.
What?
Because I didn't know. He had
black children.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It feels like some Get Out type of stuff to me. Man, it is what it is. I'm not gonna talk too crazy, but I'm just saying, like,
hey, we're on Facebook now for some reason. I think I'm unbanned, so it's streaming on Facebook.
We might be banned again, but I just want to say, man, I don't like. Go adopt white babies. Go adopt some Mexican babies. Go adopt Asian babies. What's your fixation with black children, Michael Chandler? You and your wife, bro. Y'all are suspects. I'll never like you. I will never. Man, no comment. I'm out of here, bro.
No comment.
Anyways.
Yeah, Michael.
Hey, I gotta ask this question. All right, so last time we were with Trey, we asked him his Mount Rushmore. We do this with every fighter. So, Joe,
Trey's not much sure a suspect though. We need Trey. Can you repeat yours?
What about Afro Samurais? This was Zabit, Kevin Holland.
He said Kevin Holland on Mount Rushmore, bro.
Hey, all right, so Joe. All right, so Mount Rushmore top 4. Who's gonna be up there? And it could be any fighter. I mean, there's no specific.
Okay.
I know Harris will be hard on you, but
okay. Any fighter?
Whoever you like.
Dude,
like the best of the best.
I'm going John Jones, of course.
Yep.
I'm going Canelo.
Hell no. That's crazy, bro. But it's your list. It's all good.
Let's see. Dude. Dang, bro, I wish I could have thought about this.
Yeah, like, were you on the spot, bro?
That's the point of this, put you on the spot.
Like, no.
You can't think of nobody in the UFC.
Man. Bro, you gotta realize I'm new to the UFC.
I know you know some big names, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
you can do boxing too, though. If whatever suits floats your boat.
Yeah, it could be boxing, UFC, don't matter.
I want to do one more boxing and then one more UFC. I'll go ahead and I'll say Ali, of course, for boxing, and UFC. I'm gonna go.
Dana White.
Yeah.
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
Hey, bro, he said CM Punk.
Bro, I really don't know. I don't even think I got a Mount Rushmore, to be honest with you.
It's all right. Okay, who do you like, though? We're going to throw him on there. Who do you like? Who's your favorite fighter?
My favorite fighter right now? Alex Pereira.
Okay, we'll throw him on there. He's an honorary one right now because he's standing on business. And on two different weight classes. In short notice. So I can give you that one.
Yeah. Trey, what's yours?
You said what?
What was Trey's Mount Rushmore?
Oh, who was Trey's? I think. What do you remember yours, Trey's?
Honestly, I forgot, bro. Like, cause y'all be putting us on the.
I think you had Alex Pereira. I think you had John Jones. I want to say.
I don't
know. John Jones. I think he had Volk. And I can't remember the last person he had. Can't remember the last person yet. I'll let you know mine. Mine is going to be John Jones, Fedor, Anderson Silva, and Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson.
Oh yeah,
Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
Harrison's is a Canelo. Ryan Garcia.
Dude.
I'm trolling right now.
No, bro, Tank, bro. I love Tank, man. I love Tank.
Hey, what do you think about his last fight?
Did y'all see that Tank fight?
Last fight?
Yeah.
I knew he was going to get a knockout, bro. Tank is him.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Tank. What did y'all think he was losing in the beginning of the fight? I thought he was losing.
Oh yeah, I did too.
And then, but you know, Tank has that power though, bro. So, me and Michael were talking about it yesterday because I think he started to pick up the pace in maybe like the 6th or 7th, and Frank was slowing down. And then once Tank connects, it's curtains, man. Which speaks to another question. Do y'all think power is something you can develop over time, or do you think you're kind of born with it? What do y'all think about that?
Man,
I do believe there's a such thing as natural power. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also think like you can develop it too. There's certain things you can do to work those muscles, but natural power is something different on its own. Because if you add the work plus the natural talent you have, then
plus you work on it.
Yeah, that combination is crazy.
Yeah. I think like that natural power is just, I think it's more dangerous than somebody who's like just training to get power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just got it naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like stone hands, like they could just, like you said, it's curtains. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good point because I was also going to ask: is punch resistance y'all think something you can develop? Having a chin, or I think that's kind of just it is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I
think that's genetic.
Like, I don't know if you do neck exercises. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's like genetic. Like some people can just do it. Like some people can just take blows, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I think it'll affect them in the long run, but I think some people can take really hard punches, and it's just genetics. Like you can't go in the gym and say, "Hey, today I'm gonna train my chin to make sure I can take hard punches." You know what I mean? Right. Maybe you can do some of those neck things, but
yeah, that works with your like head snapping back.
But that goes back to what Trey was saying. You have somebody that's training that, and then you have somebody that can take a punch plus is training that. So it's like if you have power plus you're training to sharpen the blade on your power. So it's just different levels to it. Some stuff's just genetic in the sport.
Yeah.
I think what we asked Trey. No, go ahead, Trey. My bad. You good?
No. What you going to say?
No, I was going to say because we had asked you last time, but I'd like to get your answer again because you went through the situation in your last fight. And I'd like to hear from both of you as far as so we talked about training your chin, talked about training. I forgot what I just said, but then we training to dig deep, right? Because you know, I bring up the example of Charles Oliveira. He used to quit in every fight, and now he gets beat up and starts beating up people in fights. You have somebody like Tony Ferguson who could take an ass whooping. And so, is that something you think you can train in the gym, or you either got it or you don't?
Oh, yeah. You gonna say something, Joe?
No, go ahead.
Oh, shoot. But yeah, like backtracking on what I said before, yeah, like based off my experience as a kid, like me and my older brother, you know, we used to get into a lot of fights.
Yeah,
we used to go at it with each other, and I feel like that made me develop as like, because I could have been like the type to back down,
right,
and coward and shoot up, but instead my reaction was to, oh, I'm gonna keep coming at you until I get you, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that developed like a dog within me, unless it was already there. But yeah, you might. That's kind of hard though. Like to think about it again, it's kind of hard because if it's always been there, you won't know it till you go through it. You know,
right?
If you always been like the type of person to, like, once you feel that pressure to snap back and dig deep and go at it harder than before, you won't know it till you've been in that situation.
Yeah.
But you won't know, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You're good. My bad.
No, I definitely think depending on like things that you faced in your life might kind of help. So like certain things might give you a lot more heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with Trey. Like, I just feel like you really won't know completely until you're there and you're tested. You know? Yeah, that's a good question. Because I don't know, like, I feel like different circumstances in life might make people stronger to be like, you know what, like when I fall, I'm getting right back up, you know, like I've been through worse, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people got that and like it helps them get up, you know, but for a lot of people, they don't even know, you know? So when they get in that situation, they don't know what to do, you know. You're like, if you're, let's say, I don't know exactly what it feels like to be like rocked or dropped, you know, but like from what we know scientifically is like you're concussed, you know, like your brain isn't braining on you, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, to be honest, I don't know. To be honest, I don't even know like what I would do personally. But I think like different circumstances, like in life, they might help or probably not even help, you know, depending on what's happened or whatnot.
Yeah, it's like a mindset thing, like your mental, like
Yeah.
somebody's just going through some stuff, and then like this is just a comparison or analogy, like somebody that's going through something in life or getting picked on by somebody. Let's just say that somebody getting picked on, and in the heart, like there's they coward, they're a coward, and like they just get picked on like every day, and they just take it, and then at some point it's like a snap. It's like something that snaps within them that makes them like, I'm fed up. I had enough. Next time somebody try me or do something to me, I'm going off. Like I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna sit there and be a punching bag anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight back even if I lose. And I feel like that's what it's just a matter of time before somebody like realize I don't know, like understand that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a matter of time, like for somebody to just be like and go crazy. But I don't know. And that makes sense. Sometimes I can't get my words out the way I want it.
No, I understand what you're trying to say.
Now, Michael, can you cook on that? Because I'm not sure if it was the last fight I was at of yours or the other one where you kind of got rocked. Maybe was it the last fight? No, I think the last fight was the dude was laying and praying, wasn't he?
I think that was the last fight.
Yeah, but I think in one of those fights you got rocked, or even in sparring, though. You know, you've been rocked, right?
I don't know if I ever got really rocked in a fight. Like I think I took a punch. Like
yeah.
I think I've gotten rocked more in sparring, and we were talking about sparring earlier.
Right.
And I mean, that's where I grew as a fighter in sparring. Like, there was hard sparring matches. There was people who waited for me to show up here in sparring just so they can spar against me real hard. And that's where I learned, you know, a pain threshold with the sport is during sparring. Mm-hmm. And that fight, I don't think I ever got rocked. I think my most previous fight, I may have gotten hit really good. And that would have been here in El Dorado, but it wasn't nothing that was like, it was more like, all right, I got tagged, game on.
Yeah.
It was nothing like I got tagged and I'm stumbling. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. And I have a question for all three of you guys. They for the Robert Whittaker knockout yesterday, I saw a breakdown on Twitter and someone showed how Robert Whittaker pretty much read the finish. So I think he threw two feints. And he noticed that the guy would lift his leg up to set up a kick when he was feinting the overhand. And then eventually he went all the way through with the overhand. And as he's going all the way through, the dude was setting up the kick again because he sort of got that read on him, on his striking. And so I'm curious to know about what's going through you guys' minds when you're looking for reads on like a guy's timing. You know, what's that thought process like? Are you seeing like his general rhythm? I was just curious about all you guys' answers for that because I have no idea.
Yeah, I definitely like. I think, like I was saying with like the more you fight, you get more like conscious and aware when you're in there.
Right.
Like the fight I had in January was like I was real proud because I was noticing that's the fight where I had to kind of bring the fight, you know, to him. You know, I was being because he was a lot taller. So I was noticing whenever like I would kind of duck under, he would bring his hands up, you know, like this. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it again. But when I duck under, he's going to bring the hands up and I'm going to throw a body shot. Yeah. And that's what dropped him. You know what I mean? So, like, definitely, like, I think the more you're fighting, you get conscious and you're like, okay, let me throw feints. You know, like you seeing how he's moving, seeing how he's reacting, and you capitalize off of it. Like, it's a real thing, you know? I think it's a lot easier said than done. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, like, calculating and really seeing. Like, you'll probably have to do it a couple times, like, Whitaker did, to pull it off. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. No, good.
That's where the experience come in, though.
Right.
With because like in training, and you can do it, like, but like when you get in that fight and in that zone, it's kind of hard to come down and like be conscious of what you're doing and what's going on and analyzing your opponent and making the decisions you need to make to prosper. But like the experience, the more experience you got with it, the more like natural it becomes to you to do so in a fight. So that's why I agree with you saying. And like in my fights, it's important. I feel like it's important to like read and work on your opponent. Not work on, but like watch your opponent and see what he's doing and how you can capitalize off of it.
Right.
Because there might be something like he doing like before he throw a punch.
Right.
And now you can read it and boom. But with that just comes like with experience.
Like kind of how when Ryan Garcia, when he would throw his left hook, he would drop, his hand. You know what I'm saying?
It's telegraphing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ryan Garcia is the GOAT. I don't care what nobody says.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He did his thing against Haney.
I'm trolling Harrison right now because he can't stand Ryan Garcia. So for y'all to say, this is high school case.
Hey, Ryan Garcia.
Right, yeah. You see what he did to Devin? Yeah.
The drug test for that stuff, and he's clean.
It's fake.
Ease.
Why you don't like Ryan Garcia?
Man, he's, I got a lot of reasons. Let's go through. For real, dude. Like, let's talk about Ryan Garcia because I don't know if I should say. I'm gonna put it like this. I think he's gonna crash out within a year. I think he's gonna crash out, and when I mean crash out, I mean crash all the way out. Because the dude be.
What you mean, like OD?
Yeah. He probably gonna OD, bro.
Really?
I think that's my prediction for the year 2024. Ryan Garcia's gonna crash out because he already did crash out when he got into trouble for vandalizing that hotel, right? And then I knew he was a crash out dummy because when he got arrested, he had a biker helmet on. Who gets arrested with a biker's helmet on at a hotel, dude? He's done for. He's gonna. I don't want to.
He's partying. It's a party here.
I was gonna put something out there, but I don't want that coming back to me. So, Ryan, I hope you get better. I'm not gonna pray for you, but I hope you get better, bro. That's my opinions on that dude, man.
I don't know, man. You remember after the Devin Haney fight, he set everything up like to make the world think he was crazy.
I don't really think he was. I think he really is crazy though.
Hey Trey, I ain't gonna lie.
I think he really is
too.
Though.
I
ain't gonna lie. I think he was being crazy too. Like I don't think he was playing at all. Like he might have.
I just think
he on drugs.
For the main part, yeah. Like I really think like the drugs, like that stuff was really affecting him. Like seriously. Yeah. Like when he got the mic after the fight, and he's like, "Y'all thought I was crazy."
It was crazy.
Like, yeah, bro, you are crazy.
You trying to play that? Hey, no, he trying to play that shit. He trying to play it
off. Like he got the win and tried to play it off.
But you're not slick, though.
All that stuff leading up, like that was real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if we could say this on the internet, man. He always talking about the Illuminati. I know the Illuminati's out here. I know y'all are watching. But whatever, man. And then, he's talking about saving the babies, talking about Jesus Christ, and he's talking about having sex with another man's wife the next day. It's like, dude, I don't know.
Yeah, I be noticing that, like, this, like,
what?
Yeah, it's very contradictory.
Yeah, he sex with another man's wife.
No, he because there's a fighter named Caleb Plant, and he was saying stuff like, she sucked me up. I effed your wife. I was like, bro. And then the next tweet will be
the next day. Jesus Christ.
I said, oh my God, you're worse than me, man. And I'm a hypocrite. So it's like, dude, you need to stop, bro. And then you fail 5 drug tests. Like your average fighter fails 1 drug test. Okay, 1 drug test you failed. All right, man. 2, 3, 5 drug tests for 1 fight, bro. That's my beef with him, man. But whatever. He crashing out soon. Don't wish it upon him, but that's the trajectory, bro. But hey, That's my thoughts on that, dude. What do y'all think? Because do y'all think Devin Haney can recover from that fight? Because you got people saying, "Oh, the ass whipping was so bad he'll never be the same." What y'all think about that?
I think he can recover.
Yeah,
I
he
think
can
so.
recover.
You know what? This might be like a crazy little take, but I feel like that butt whooping he got, like it was a real butt whooping, you
Yeah.
know. But I feel like his dad and everything, they're delusional enough that like he'll believe it, so he'll come out of the little hole he's in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like because like a lot of people, like a lot of fighters, bro, I'm not gonna lie, they're delusional. Like they think they're better than what they are, you know.
Mm.
And it's almost like you
Do y'all
believe.
think that's necessary though, as a fighter, to have some sort of
I think it kind of is
Yeah,
to be a little
I do.
delusional.
I do.
Yeah.
And that's the reason, like, I feel like he'll be able to come up out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because he believes it so much.
That's a good point. What you think about that, Trey?
Yeah, I definitely think you got to be a little delusional to be a fighter. Because if you're not, then I don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, because I know I can't beat John Jones, but if I have an
You gonna
opportunity
say
to
you
fight
can?
him,
Yeah.
I'll fight him.
Right.
And I'll be like, yeah, I'm definitely taking on this match, even if even if there's a possibility that he might be able to kill me. I'll be like, yeah, I'm going in there and I'm going to do my thing.
What goes into? Do you guys find you sort of psyching yourself up for fights, or it's already inherent, or do you need to add like? Do you look for other things to motivate you? Um, like, man, I need to get in that mode, or is it already there? Like, I'm in a fight.
Yeah, it's kind of like I psych myself out like a little bit, but but like once I'm in there, like I'm in there. You know what I mean? But
Right.
like I always do like psych myself out. I always look at the worst outcome, for some strange reason. But yeah. But once I'm in there, I perform. But yeah, I always do seem to psych myself out a little bit.
I don't have that same. I don't psych myself out at all. I feel like it's just like something that I want, and this is just what it is. What I got to do to achieve my dreams. So it's just like another day, and I just got to go out there and handle this task. It's just one night. You spar all the time. I spar all the time. And in sparring, I can get clipped or get knocked out, get my butt whooped. So it's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't like the big league. So it's like I got way my vision, my mind is here. Well, my eyes is on. It's like here, massive. But where I'm at right now is just so small. So I need to get through this so I can get there. And besides, one day I'm gonna die and I'm gonna face the Most High. I'm gonna be judged by God. So all this other stuff, it really doesn't matter.
Shit's
Just
nothing.
one man in the cage.
Yeah.
Don't matter.
No, that's a great point. That's a great point from both of you guys. What you think, Michael? Because I know you had talked. I think it was the last show we did where you said, where fighting came from. Because
Yeah.
at one point you getting picked on, and then you started whooping people's asses, right? Kind of like what Trey was saying. Like you got tired of it, and then you can fight now. What do you think about that?
As far as like leading up to a fight, like competing.
Yeah, leading up to a fight. Yeah.
I don't. I would say the week of the fight, I'm very calm. The day of the fight, I'm very calm. Of course, there's a little bit of anxiousness to get out there and compete. You've been training all this time. Now you're gonna get out there and show what you're about to do. But like leading up to it, the weeks, the months before, I would say like I have like a bunch of things in my brain, and imagine like a beehive with a bunch of bees, and each one has different thoughts, different scenarios of how the fight can play out, and it's just going around in my head, and that's what I feel like, months before the fight, all these different scenarios running around in my head, and there being a fixation with training and making sure that I am at my best shape to perform the day of the fight night. But regardless of leading up to the fight with the chaos in my head, the week of I'm calm. And then for some reason, the day of the fight, the day of weigh-ins, it's like there really isn't no nerves no more. There's a very, very calm sensation, and I think if there is a little bit of nerve, it's more of anxious because like when you gotta wait backstage right before your fight. You know, you want to get out there, but you gotta wait 5, 6, 8 fights before you go out there and compete. So I would say if I can explain what I go through, you know, prior to a fight, that's what it would sound like. If that makes sense.
No, it does.
I think everybody deals with it differently, though.
What are you gonna say, Trey?
I'm gonna say something about the what you said. You said something about like scenarios going through your head.
Yeah.
And I have that too. Like it's always like so many scenarios, different scenarios going through my head. Like with the fight camp and outside of a fight camp too. Like in everyday life, I just have like all these things that I'll be thinking about, like what could happen and what's gonna happen. Dealing with fighting, like I'll be like, what if somebody just come to my house and like 2 people come to my house and try to rob me? Like how will I defend myself? Or like I'll be at work thinking about it and like think about like if somebody come up to me, what I'm gonna do. I always got like different scenarios going through my head and like what's the what could happen, you know? Dealing with fighting, like I don't know, but like yeah, that seems like pretty normal to me, and I I'm gonna say I like it, you know, I just like thinking about fighting like all day. Like that's basically what all I think about. If you read my mind, I'm just thinking about fighting. But I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I think you have to have some obsession with it, especially y'all because y'all real fighters. I think maybe I asked this last time, but I'm probably gonna start training Muay Thai within a couple months. So obviously we have our strong hand and our weak hand, but was there a certain time period where you guys were able to get your weak hand to feel like your strong hand, where it's like I got concrete in both hands, or what was the process into developing that weaker hand? Obviously, you're doing drills and stuff like that, but was there a point where you felt like, all right, now they're about the same? Or they
sometimes
go ahead. My bad.
I'm gonna say it just feels like sometimes like depending on how I punch and how hard I punch, it feels like the same. I don't really know which hand is stronger.
Okay,
I know which one is my dominant hand, but I feel like it's like pretty much the same. Like if I punch hard, it's the same on both sides to me.
Yeah, but I can agree. I used to like think of it as like strong hand, weak hand, but like the more I just started training, I'm like, oh, there's power in both these joints. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I would think like, oh, my lead hand, my left, my jab, like that's my weak hand. But then I'm like, bro, my left hook is nasty. You know what I mean? So I don't really think it matters.
Gotcha. What you think about that, Michael?
I mean, I agree because like I have a strong left hand, but for some reason when I'm training, I feel like I have more confidence in my right hand, and for some reason too, when I'm sparring like during training camp and stuff, like I have to force myself to get in southpaw. You know what I mean? But for some reason, when the fight clicks and it's go time, I naturally go to southpaw. So I mean, it really just depends. I think like what Joe was saying, fighters have power in both hands. You always have a dominant though. Like I'm dominant with my left hand.
Right.
But I really think like you can work you can build strength and everything in both hands. But when it comes down to it, like in the fight though, for some reason, whatever you're most confident with, it's gonna take over, and it's just gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if Joe has a mean left hook, maybe he doesn't show that much during sparring sometimes, but for some reason during that fight it just clicks. And that's the beautiful thing about fighting and competing is like you really don't you're capable of doing things that you don't realize you're really capable of doing until you're in the heat of the moment, as far as like competing in battle and stuff, where you're really pushed, in those scenarios where you have to show up or get whooped. No different than Trey too. Trey does the same things. I've watched him fight. He'll get caught with something, all of a sudden this fool flips it like that. So that's the beauty. That's the beauty with the sport.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point, and I wanted to bring up something else just to get you guys perception on the psychology of a fight, more specifically when you see the other fighter breaking down, right? And so Tank Davis in an interview after that Frank fight, he said, I think he said this during the fight, he said there's no sting on his punches anymore. As it got later in the rounds, he said there's not that same umph. He said he's slowing down. And so he said, I could feel that. And so at that point, that's when he stepped or, pressed the gas and got that finish. What I wanted to ask y'all is, can you see it in their body language as the fight's going on where, this guy's really not in here for it? Do you see like, him slowing down, things like that? Not only do you see it, but can you feel it, in his punch power, things of that nature? I was curious about you guys' take on that.
Yeah, I think you definitely like you see it, and that's the thing with the fighting and just like going back like thousands of years, like different like fighting that humans did and stuff. Like just seeing a person breaking like that, at least for me personally, like when I see someone broke, like when we're fighting, I'm like, oh, he's done. It gives me more of a like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill you now. Like,
yeah,
I'm, and it's so like barbaric to say, because at the end of the day, I have nothing against this man, like nothing against him. You know what I mean? But we're fighting, and as soon as I see him like just giving up, weak, tired, it gives me like a boost. You know what I mean? Like for example, I threw a body shot on this last guy, and I seen him. Oh, he folded a little bit and came back up. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy, like that hurt him. You know what I mean? Like, push on. You know what I'm saying? So like, you definitely like you see it, you feel it. I haven't like I bet like what Tank was saying was like true, about like he has no sting on his punches anymore. But, like I haven't felt anything like that. I know a lot of times like when people are tired, they can throw a blow that rocks you back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's dangerous. Like I feel like you do need to be on the like defensive when you are trying to get that finish when you got somebody, because you can get caught. But but yeah, like you definitely feel it, and it gives like I think as fighters it gives everyone like that. Oh, I taste blood. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna try to kill him. So yeah, it's a real thing.
Got you, man. What you think about that, Trey?
Yeah, you can definitely feel it. It's like a shift in the fight. Like it's like just boom, and it snaps, and then once you like pick up on it, it's like a shark that smells blood. You go after it. It's a few fights like, well, I'm fighting, and like we striking, and then all of a sudden I'm connected strikes, I'm connected punches or whatever, or kicks, and it's like you can tell they don't like that.
Right.
And once it sink in, that it's like something sinks in with them. It's like they don't want to be there no more. Almost like that. And then that's when you like go after it.
Yeah.
It's almost
really
like they don't want it.
Right.
They want out.
Yeah.
Like,
it gives you
like getting hit in the face
too. Like
so what?
It gives like I know like me personally, like it gives me like a confident boost.
Yeah.
Makes me, like very confident. Like oh yeah, it's time.
What you think about
It
that?
makes me feel sad.
Bro, I don't care.
I mean,
like, man, gotta get you going.
I mean, like with my experience, because I've had some fights where I think all my fights except even the dude I lost to, it's like I dropped him once, and then after that it was like, no, I'm taking you to the ground. I'm gonna lay on top of you. Have this. But with all my previous fights, I've noticed something where like I do dominate them, as far as striking. Maybe I drop them a few times, and I wouldn't say they're afraid of me, but there's a respect thing. You know what I mean? Where they are not so confident rushing forward. So now it becomes a more technical fight. It turns into a boxing match now, but it's an MMA match. And like even with my last fight, like I was tired in that third round, but even though he was coming at me, if I threw one hard solid punch, then he's like, "Oh shit, let's just take it back to being technical." You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there's a balance with it. I think everybody's different though, because different styles. My style, I can be technical, but I tend to be reckless.
You're kind of chaotic in there, bro.
In the heat of the moment where it requires me to really defend myself, that's where I'm reckless, but I'm most dangerous. Mm-hmm. So I think everyone has. I think Trey, you kind of have a similar thing. is sometimes, like, for example, with this last fight, I thought you were doing really good. And I thought you got caught up in a little flurry. And you call it sloppy, but I think you just get caught up sometimes in the heat of the moment. And the dude had caught you. But you're still aware, what's going on, too. And what happened after he caught you submitted him. So there's I don't know where I'm going with this. I like to go on tangents a lot.
It's like you like.
Does it make sense though?
Keeping your composure, like staying calm,
keeping your composure.
Yeah.
My bad. I go on a lot of tangents. Harrison does.
Nah, yeah, I do the same thing. I ain't gonna lie.
Same, bro. I get the rambling.
Get the yapping.
Yeah, I think that was my overall point with that, and just trying to explain my own experience. Competing in the ring. Y'all obviously have a lot more fights and experience than me, but I'm just trying to get my 2 cents on it.
Right. I know, like, it's funny, like how, because at first, like, my second fight, man, like when I fought the dude, it was pretty bad. Like, the damage that was done to him was like, it was hard to look at, and it made me sad, like at first. But I remember everybody was telling me, like, bro, if you don't shut up, because like, I was like, dang, I kind of feel bad because what got me was when his son came up, to him. And I was like, could you imagine seeing your dad like that, broken nose, black and blue, like it was bad. You know what I'm saying? Like just busted. Yeah. And I was like, dang, bro. And everybody was like, bro, if you don't shut up, like he got in there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like ever since then, I was like, all right, y'all don't even care no more.
Yeah, because to be honest, given the opportunity, he would have done the same thing to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All you can do is just disrespect them, during the fight, as far as trying to hurt him, and then after the fight, be humble and just, be respectful afterwards. That's how I look at it. If you try to be humble like that during the fight, he's gonna mess around and do the same thing to you.
Right.
And guess what? Then you got to go in front of your family and friends with 2 black eyes and a broken nose.
Yeah.
No, what you said was real though, Mike. Like when you were saying, how like you would, like y'all would get the exchange and you would hit him with a big blow, and he's like, okay, let me go back to being technical. It's like a lot of times people have to respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to make them respect it. Like you got to make them respect like your power, your skill. Like that's another real thing. Like making people respect the skill that you have, and people do.
I think something that maybe you, me, and Trey have in common. Like let's say like we're in a fight and we're tired, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think where some people get it twisted is sometimes people get tired, and as they get tired, they lack power. I think people like you, me, Trey, even when we're tired, even though our volume has gone down, we still pack a lot of power in our punch. And that's what throws people off. So when you have somebody that's overconfident because you're getting tired or maybe they're working you a little bit, all of a sudden, bam, you catch them. And they're like, whoa, this dude's still in the fight. Let me take this more technical now. You know what I mean?
And another thing with that is like, if you know you're tired and know you're like, okay, like I'm starting to get a little winded, it's picking the right punches. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Throwing them at the right time, the right placement, like that stuff's important. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like you getting tired and then like, oh yeah, he's coming in, he's trying to finish me, and then
yep. And a lot of people get comfortable with that too. Just if they see you folded just for a microsecond, they're like, okay, it's on and cracking. Nah, like you throw one solid punch and then you're back in that fight.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to ask y'all, unless anybody had anything else to add, and I don't want to get y'all in trouble, any promoters or anything like that, but we know how corrupt combat sports is, right? We know boxing is shady, fixed fights, refs acting shady, judges acting shady, all that type of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think this type of stuff is happening on the amateur scene where, dudes are setting up fights to have guys lose? People got the judges or the refs in their pockets, stuff like that. Do you think that stuff's happening on the MMA scene and the amateurs and stuff like that? Politics. I was just curious about you guys' take on that, like fight politics. Things of that nature. Without, I don't want y'all calling people out or getting in trouble, but just want to speak on it broadly.
Yeah. I definitely I definitely think like that goes on. You know what I'm saying? As far as like what I've seen, man, not too much. Like if anything, like they'll just duck. They'll just pull out of fights and stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as like setting them up to win or lose, what I've seen is pretty good, like matchmaking. Like,
yeah,
it's honestly like good matchmaking. Like, I don't think there's any ill intention because, like with the promoter having a lot of his fighters that fight, he gives them like tough fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not padded. He doesn't try to give them easy fights. Like, he wants them to work, and you see it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think like any of the ones that I've seen or promotion that I've been a part of, I don't think there's just been like a strictly like a fixed fight.
Right.
The only thing that I see that I feel like is a real big problem, and like a lot of the amateur like careers and fighters is just the ducking and pulling out. You know, I ain't even gonna say ducking because I mean we're not even pro, so I'm not even gonna say ducking. I'm gonna just say like just pulling out like short notice and stuff like that, and being overweight. Like that stuff is it's a pain. It's really a pain, man.
Yeah, I was gonna see like if you guys are going against because Ryan Garcia said I'm coming in overweight on purpose, right? Looking for those advantages, and like you said, maybe you don't want to call it ducking, but dudes knowing who they're about to fight. So, oh, you know, my toe's broken, I can't fight this guy, so let me wait for an easier fight. Stuff like that, and it sounds like that's happening.
Yeah, it does happen. Like I know Trey, the dude he fought for, I think it was January. That like that guy, he was over like he was a lot of pounds overweight. You know what I mean?
The dude he just fought?
Nah.
No.
Okay.
It was what was that?
Delta FC?
You said Daniel.
No, this was back in January, right? No.
Yeah. Danny Cruz too. He was overweight.
You think it was a conscious decision?
Nah, I seen him at the sauna. He came like we was at the sauna and like before we went to the weigh-ins, he pulled up, and I was like, "Dang, he just got here. Like we finna go." And so like he was probably just had stuff to do. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want to elaborate that on what's your experience, Trey, as far as shady stuff in the sport?
Like with me, like if somebody would come in weighing in heavy, honestly, I don't care. I still fight them. I want to be able to fight anybody and still win. But yeah, like Joe said, like matchmaking. I feel like most people don't pick an opponent that they don't believe that they would beat. You know, so like if somebody see somebody with a good looking record, then they probably gonna try to pull out most of the time. But yeah, like I feel like the promotion doing good with keeping it all clean and stuff. It's just the people who choose to fight is choosing the weaker opponents or opponents that they just feel like they can overtake. And yeah, that's my 2 cents in based off what I've been a part of.
Yeah. Have you guys had trouble getting fights because you guys have undefeated records, or there's always somebody there?
Shoot. Well, I have had a few people pull out before, but every time I want to fight, I get to fight. So I haven't really had trouble. I do have people pull out though.
Gotcha.
Pause, bro.
Oh,
no,
man, no deal.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Joe said he can't hear.
Man, Joe, can you hear us?
You can't hear me? I just got the message right now.
Man, he's done for it. Damn.
Charging his phone. Kick him. That's fun.
You can't hear me? No?
Tell him to rejoin.
I got you.
Yeah, he might just have to rejoin.
But yeah.
I mean, it's all right. We're about to roll up on 2 hours anyways.
Dang, it's been 2 hours?
Yeah, man.
About to be,
we don't even need to have
an hour 55 right now. Because you figure I was an hour, like 7 minutes on the last one, and I just started over on a new one. We're at 44 minutes right now.
Dang, time go by fast, don't it?
Yeah, Trey, we don't mean to take up all your time, man, but we appreciate you pulling up on us.
Hold on, we can be Joe back in here before we end something, man.
I ain't got nothing. I ain't got a life outside of training and work. So shoot, I ain't got no time.
We NPCs.
I did want to bring up something real quick, and I'm gonna post the link in this video when I post it on YouTube, and I'll also post it like before and after the video. You had told me you're going to Vegas for a kickboxing tournament. I understand you guys are doing a fundraiser for that too. So can you talk to me, Harrison, and whoever's listening, about that and what's going on?
So yeah, me and a few other fighters and my coach and corners, we plan on going out to Vegas and competing for the IKF tournament, kickboxing tournament. It's gonna be a 2-day event, Las Vegas. I don't know the location, but if anybody want to contribute, my coach is having send up a fundraiser or GoFundMe account, and it's posted on Facebook. But yeah, so a couple of fighters, we're going out there, and we just need little money to pay for the registration, the traveling fees, and being there. So yeah, I'm not really behind all that.
Can I ask you about that tournament? So I'm not so much familiar. I know how a wrestling tournament works. So is there a bracket? And then if so, if it's a 2-day tournament, how many times are you competing in those 2 days? Let's say you make it to the finale, right? Are you competing 2 times in a day, 3 times in a day? How many people are in that tournament? I just want to know a little bit more about that in detail.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how many people are in the bracket itself. The bracket I've been looking at, because I don't think we decided just yet. It's 2 brackets. It's the A class. They call it the A class, and there's an A class and a B class. In the A class, there's only one other opponent. And so if I do that A class, I'll just be facing one person for the belt. So it'd just be like a regular bout. But in this in the B class, it's I think it's 3 other people, but their records are like way less than mine. It's like they had like 2 and 1 fights. And then the dude in the A class, he got 22 fights, and he only lost 1. So I would prefer to fight the better opponent. But yeah, you get to fight multiple fights within a night, depending on how many people are in your bracket. So that's why the event is over the course of 2 days. Let's say you fight 2 fights in the first day, and then 2 fights the second night, and that explains it.
Sure, I think the B class is smart because let's say you go in there, you dominate B class, right? They're gonna want you back next time you fight A class.
Hold on 1 second, sorry.
You right?
Yeah.
You got heartburn?
My fault. No, some pause on my yeah.
Bro, voice.
But no, I would prefer like to fight the dude with the most experience, because these other 3 guys, they got like 3 fights, and it's not an impressive record for me.
So you just want to go and take out the top dog.
Fun to like compete and fight multiple guys, but
yeah,
I feel like I just want to fight the best. And
I can respect
if I'm
that.
going through some guys who ain't really nothing, it's not.
Bro, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous, dude. I wish I could compete.
Bro, come to Vegas then, bro. You could come.
Man, I don't know.
Go to support. Hey, y'all could like actually I don't know how y'all do, but like if Trey does good, y'all can party in Vegas after.
You know what?
I said if Trey does good, y'all can party in Vegas afterwards.
Well, we just gonna go to McDonald's or Wingstop or something.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No party.
There's gonna be a slot machine in that Wingstop in McDonald's.
No, we might go to the casino. Trying to get $100,000.
No, sir.
Do y'all think that you have to live that fighter's lifestyle? Like, how much room can y'all make for the partying? The women, all that. All those type of distractions. Like, do you think there's room for it, or does it take a toll on your career down the road? What are y'all thoughts on that?
Man, I really think it takes a toll. I really do. Like,
I'm not into it. I'm just not into it at all.
Like, I like my folks. Like, I like my peoples. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like hanging with my people. Like if we chilling, like that's what I love. You know what I'm saying? So like to be at the top, like going to all these parties, like man, it just right now it just doesn't sound like my speed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like my scene. Yeah, but like being like doing that like with my people, you know, like my
Yeah.
friends, my friend group, like I would love that, you know, because of my people. But like I just feel like those part like when you get to that level and you start meeting like all the famous people, like that's when like a lot of bad stuff can happen, you know, because like I said, a lot of people they're not always looking out for the best, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people got bad intentions and they're evil, you know. So yeah, I think. I think it's a little too much to be doing like all the partying and drugs and the women. It's just too much, man, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Like if it's not in my circle, then I don't want no
Yeah.
part of it. Like
And I mean
like
it just goes to your morals. Like a lot of people some people just don't got morals. Uh I got morals. So, you know, they don't really line up.
I think y'all have a really disciplined gym though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
y'all,
And
like
that's the thing,
even
like,
y'all be going to Applebee's after the fights. Like
yeah,
that's the most disciplined thing I know. Like you ain't getting in trouble at no Applebee's. You know what I mean? So
that's
it's
right.
like,
And bro, I ain't
yeah.
gonna lie.
y'all
Like
sticking together.
I hate Applebee's now.
Oh, they gonna be
Bro,
watching, bro.
I literally hate Applebee's now, but it's
They watching, bro.
being with my people, you know, they make it great, like they make it fun. But yeah, I don't go to Applebee's no other time.
Nah, yeah.
I guess my point is y'all seem to be very well put together. It's a very level-headed gym, and
Yeah,
even if you guys were to go out to party for one night, it's not the type of gym where it'd be the habit where all the champions there are just partying recklessly. You guys seem to
yeah,
be very disciplined with each other and as
yeah.
a whole as a gym.
No, because I
Like
brought it up because
yeah.
oh, go ahead, Trey. My bad.
I was just gonna say like what Joe was saying earlier, like depending on like with the people around you, like surrounding yourself with the right people, the right type of people. Like you can go anywhere. Like even if we do decide to like go to a casino, like go out and do stuff. I feel like since like we all like we pretty disciplined, everything going
Hmm.
it's not gonna get out of hand, and we're not gonna go too far with things. Like nobody's gonna get drunk, wasted, or do anything intoxicating to themselves.
Hmm.
Everybody's gonna have a good time and keep it well organized. What was
Yeah,
this?
No, I had asked the question because y'all know that Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight, and Terrence whipped his ass, but yeah, it was bad, bro. And then I think part of Terrence Crawford's camp's mentality was we want Errol Spence to break down because there was like this belief that Errol wasn't living a fighter's lifestyle. And then he had said this after the fight. He said, "Yeah, I'm partying, dealing with the girls, drinking. He got into that car accident, things like that." And so they were kind of plotting on his downfall, and then they caught him at the right time where he just got bamboozled. And so I was like, does all that stuff really like take a toll down the road, or if somebody who's keyed in on the nutrition, not really drinking every day, things of that nature, are they gonna be better in that ring because they're living that lifestyle? Then you have somebody who's like a complete, John Jones don't have to live the lifestyle though. He's living it, but how John Jones gets outside of the ring. How he gets down. And so, they said I think he said he was snorting coke before fights and just beating people's ass. It's like, not everyone's John Jones. And that's why I wanted to ask that question to y'all, because I feel like not everybody can get away with it.
yeah,
It might also be like a mental thing too, like with somebody who knows if they know they're not doing the right things they're supposed to be doing, like in the camp they out there drinking, smoking, doing all this unhealthy stuff, and their body's not in the top shape condition. Um, they might before the fight they might be like, man, and then they might start to like sink in,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, oh well, I haven't been doing this, I haven't been doing that, I haven't been training, even if it's not that much, even if it's not that crazy, they might psych themselves out and then
hmm
perform like very bad or
hmm
just get in their head to the point where it caused them to fight. What somebody else who's doing it could probably be like, it doesn't matter if I'm not training as much as I need to. I'm just him. I got to go out there do what I do. It doesn't matter. Just go out there work. Like probably on the mindset.
yeah.
Like,
And I feel like that kind of goes back, and it's kind of a little bit hand in hand with that, like being like a little delusional, about what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like if you believe it so much, even if you're not doing, what a lot of trainers and a lot of fighters would think's the right thing to be doing, preparing for a fight. You know, if you just got that mindset and you believe it, like you're steamrolling. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel it. And yeah, we already took 2 hours of y'all time, so we don't want to hold y'all forever, man. But to close out, we want to get a preview of your next fight. Of course, where people can follow y'all, what people should expect in your next fight, and what trajectory y'all are headed on, and whose ass is about to get whooped. So if y'all want to just give us a preview, we're all ears.
Ice Trey.
Hey, Joe.
Ice Trey, I want to fight you, bro.
Oh yeah, we gotta make this happen, bro. What's popping? What? 170, 185? What's going
Bro,
on?
I'm coming to 70, bro. I'm coming for your head.
I bet. So that I'll be waiting on you, man.
I hear you. No, but in all seriousness, man, I just want to fight. Like, I want to fight the best. Like, I don't really know who's popping right now. You know, I probably won't fight again until, because I'm out of town working. You know, I'm cross country, so I probably won't fight until maybe October at the soonest. You know.
Gotcha.
So,
Joe,
what's up?
Golden Gloves in October.
Oh, snap!
You want to do it?
That might be the move.
I want to do it, and you've been talking about it before, so
yeah.
Jesus
I would like to
it.
do it. I'd like to do it. Like, I mean, but yeah. Other than that, like as far as like just the RDC promotion, me being the belt holder, I just want to fight the best. I'll fight anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even like a call out. Like, I'll fight anybody. I want to fight the best people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get like easy fights. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fight cans. I just want to fight the best, man. And I really want to show how good I am and my skills, and where I can go with it.
Yeah.
As far as like following me, Facebook, Joseph Smith, Instagram, That Boy Joe, BOI, not BOY. But yeah, man, I really appreciate y'all having us on. It's been great. It was like fire conversation. Fire conversation, dude. I loved it.
Thank you.
And for me, should be on Orlandis Frazier. Find IKF 27th of June through the 28th, I think. Not June, but July. My apologies. But yeah. And like Joe said, I'll fight anybody. I want to fight the best. Not just, like he said, cans. I feel like I have fought some cans, not saying anybody, not calling out any names. I feel like I have fought some cans before. I just want to know how good I am, right? How good I can just become, Right now, like I just want to know, like if I'm like that, So like I would love to fight the best. Anybody who steps up, what comes up goes down. I want to be great. I want to be beyond great. Beyond greatness. That's my saying. Beyond great. But yeah. And you can follow me on all platforms, Trey Frazier. Wait, no, Instagram, Trey Frazier MMA. For everything else, Trey Frazier. YouTube, OnlyFans. I mean, that's fine.
Hey, if y'all want to see me and Trey fight, y'all get the views up.
100,000 million views. 1 million views. 100 million.
Hey, I'm gonna take Trey's challenge too. I'm gonna start interviewing people.
Yeah.
I never thought about doing that. I never thought about doing this podcast to begin with. It's my homeboy's idea, so
yeah.
I'm gonna take your word on that. I'm gonna try it out and see what happens.
Yo, quick before we get off, like you mean like interviewing them like before the fight type stuff like that?
After the fights, I wanna do. Well, I never thought about after the fights. Trey brought that up to me as interviewing fighters after the fights.
Yeah.
But I want to get to a point where, like, I want to do face-offs. Like, let's say you and Trey are different gyms. You guys have animosity. I want to sit down with both of you guys, sit in the middle, and I want to ask questions to both of you guys for the promotion. I want to help promote, that fight.
Yeah, to build on what Michael said, we're looking to do like on YouTube, even having like those one-on-one face downs they do.
Yeah,
face-offs. So maybe doing it in person eventually. That's like the dream, right? But for now, we could kind of start digitally and just
on the podcast. Yeah.
Me and Michael gonna instigate stuff.
I'm not gonna instigate nothing. I'm cool with everybody. You want to talk trash? That's on you. Yeah, Harrison might instigate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna instigate.
I can see him doing it, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be turned up. But yeah, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Like Michael and I say, we don't like because this is Trey's second time, and we don't just want to do like one and dones, right?
Right.
So Joe, we're gonna reach out again. Trey, we're gonna reach out again. And we look forward to y'all winning y'all next fights. Joe, we look forward to you get back in the ring when you do, man.
Thank you.
This is for sure. I enjoyed my time on here.
Yeah, man. It was great. This is fire. I enjoyed this so much.
Thank y'all. And I'm gonna close it out right now. This is Draconian Combat episode 42. No, I lied. Episode 41.
41,
about
baby.
to close it out. I look forward to speaking to y'all soon.
Oh yeah, that's
the
the best.
fights and everything. Much love.
Love.
God bless.